How's it going, everyone? Ultra Stasio here with FlytPath.com. Now, I have the new Gnarbox 2.0, and I've actually been using it for a while now. And if you guys aren't familiar, it is a backup solution. So while you're in the field shooting and you want to quickly back up your memory cards, whether it's a micro SD or an SD card, you would plug it into here, back it up instantly. That way you have a duplicate copy in case something does go wrong with your memory card. And the one thing that everyone talks about is, yeah, you want redundancy. Not many people are talking about when it actually does fail. So in this video, I'm actually going to talk to you about when my hard drive actually did fail. Luckily enough, I had the Gnarbox, and let's talk a little bit more about that in this video. Now, when it comes to the Gnarbox 1, they made a bunch of changes for the Gnarbox 2, and I was actually using Gnarbox 1 for a very long time, basically since it came out. And of course, one of the biggest complaints that everyone got was, 128 gig storage on this thing was just way too small. They started making bigger ones when they went to the Gnarbox 2.0, and that was one of the biggest things, because as you guys know, if you guys go out there and start shooting with a bunch of, couple cameras, maybe a drone, you will easily fill up something like a 128. So this now comes in 256, 512, as well as 1 terabyte storage on the Gnarbox 2.0. Now, we've all been waiting for 2.0 to finally come out, and it is now being released. But if you guys don't know, I've actually followed Gnarbox for a while, not only reviewing the Gnarbox 1, so make sure you guys check out that video if you guys haven't already. Gnarbox 1 is still a great backup solution, but at the same time, Gnarbox 2 came out with a lot better storage and this interface on the front here, which this one didn't have. But make sure you guys check those out, because I've been following them at CES as well as NAB, and I have the guys from Gnarbox actually talking a little bit more about that in more specific details about some of the new features from Gnarbox 1 to 2. So if you guys haven't seen those videos, make sure you guys check those out. I'll have them linked above as well as down below in the video description. Now, if you're doing transfer with the USB-C, you have 350 megabytes of transfer speed with the USB-C. And if you're using the SD card right here to do your transfers, you're gonna have 75 megabits of transfer speed if you're using something like the SD card. And the battery is detachable, which is really good. So here it is with one battery. Now, if you have an extra set, of course, now if you don't have access to any power, you're able to now carry multiple batteries with you. That way you can be in the field and not have to worry about charging it up. So you have an extra battery just for you to do your backups on. Now, the new Gnarbox is actually water, dust, and shock resistant, which is really nice. It has this new type of case around it, which feels pretty cool. It feels like almost like tire treads in the way, which is kind of cool. But the thing is, it is water resistant, and I didn't have any issues with it. I was actually out in this thing and testing it out in a bunch of different elements in the snow, as well as, of course, dust and dirt. Having this on the ground while I'm doing some of my transfers, just, pulling everything out of my bag. Now, I've actually been using this thing for a while now, and honestly, it's surprisingly taken quite a bit of a beating, but you don't really get much except for just some scratches here on the battery pack. But the front, of course, is just like that rubberized material, so not really that big of a deal. Now, of course, the new thing with the Gnarbox 2 is what we have right here, which is this interface in the very front, which makes it super easy. So basically, once you're done shooting with your camera or your drone, all you have to do is plop in the memory card right here on the side. And right away, once you put it in, it'll automatically say, do you want to back it up? And all you have to do is hit yes, confirm it, and it'll automatically back up directly onto the Gnarbox itself. And then once it's done, you just have to eject it, turn it back off, then you're able to keep shooting and just have some peace of mind that you have a backup of that card. What I'll do is whenever I'm done with a card or a flight, I'll take it out, pop it into here, do the backup, put it back in, and then continue shooting. Or I'll switch out the cards, put another card in, and know that I at least have 2 copies somewhere, either on the card or on the Gnarbox. Now, before we now use the Gnarbox 1, they did have the standard Gnarbox app where you're able to actually transfer and use the Gnarbox as a Wi-Fi device for you to do some edits off of if you want to do some in the field edits. I'm not normally a person that's going to go that light, even though it's nice to know you can. If you want to basically lighten up your gear and you don't want to carry around a laptop, this is really geared towards you to have as a system to use as a hard drive. Plug it in, and you can even use it as your drive to edit if you're using something like an iPad or even your mobile phone. That's really what it was geared towards. But let me talk to you quickly about some of the apps that the Gnarbox 2 is designed to work with, and kind of how I've been using it. Now, when it comes to the Gnarbox 2, there's a couple apps that it comes with, which is the Select and Safekeep app. And then also, if you want to do in-field editing, you can use something like LumaFusion. That was also something I was able to play with a little bit more. Now, when it came to the Select app, that was actually something of the 3 that I probably used the most. mainly because when I would shoot or I'd be in between my shoots onto the next location, I will then pop out my SD cards and my micro SD cards, I will instantly do the backup onto the drive, and then once I do that, I will then either open up my mobile phone or my iPad to just scrub through quickly and then select the ones I felt had the best, look, composition, and then I would rate those right there. That way, once I get home, I'm able to pull all that information up and just sort by the ones I rated the highest and start my editing process that way. So now I was able to quickly go through and save a little bit of time by just using the Selects app and then rating them, so that it makes it a lot easier. So once you get back to an area where I normally would like to just use my laptop to do my editing, I'm able just to select the ones that I did rate high and start editing those, and then of course work my way down. I literally have stacks of hard drives that I will use, and I will always have one hard drive that I carry with me to have all my stuff, and then I'll have a backup. So I'll just duplicate it whenever I get back home or wherever I get to my location. I'll do duplicates. But after I shot this show and I backed up everything to my Gnarbox, a couple days later I went back to go edit it, and when I plugged this into my computer, it would not mount. Now of course nothing worked. I was not able to get it remounted, and you're talking almost a month and a half worth of video and photos on that drive. I was super upset, and here's a quick video when I actually had to go, and I still did, and I still have to pick it up. The drive where I brought it to my local store here in San Diego, where they're gonna do a data recovery on it. I'm actually here at Cry Wolf over in San Diego. It's actually a Macintosh repair company. This is something I called them about yesterday because of the fact that I have to get my hard drive recovered. So luckily, like I said, I did back up a bunch of my stuff on my Gnarbox from my show, my recent show I just did. Thankfully, because if I didn't do that, I'd still have them on my memory card, which I'm still lucky about as well. But having that double backed up now is a big deal. So let's see if they can fix this hard drive. So just like that, here's my receipt. They're gonna actually send out the drive to a data recovery, which kind of sucks. I wish they would be done earlier, but they said it's about a week and a half because of the backlog. That's a long time. I still have it backed up on the Gnarbox, but I think there might be a day or two in there that I didn't back up or I didn't recover. And I think for right now, it's just a peace of mind of paying the money to try to get it recovered. Even though I might already have the footage, but I'm not 100% sure. I just paid. They're gonna have to send it out, and hopefully I'm able to recover something out there that I didn't already have on my hard drive or on my memory cards. But so I'm actually still waiting on that hard drive to come back to me. It's already been almost a week and a half now. They said it'll take about a week and a half. They've yet to call me, which I'm probably gonna have to follow up with them again. But luckily enough, like I said before, it does happen. But on that drive, I basically have almost 5 to 6 days worth of photos and videos that were lucky enough backed up onto here. Whether, like I said, you're a professional or just somebody who's always out shooting a lot, having the redundancy, having this backup solution is good in the field. Then once you're done with this, you want to make sure it's also double backed up somewhere else. That way you can clear out the internal space here. And Gnarbox was nice enough to give me this version 1 to give away to one of you guys. Like I said, version 2 really is a lot faster of a backup solution and to be used if you're gonna be editing off of it. But definitely it's still something to be said as far as having a backup solution. So Gnarbox actually sent me one to give out to one of you guys. Now to win this, super simple as always, just comment down below. Let me know what you guys are currently using for a backup solution, or are you using a backup solution? Are you doing what I do, which is kind of back it up to one drive and then duplicate it onto another? Are you just using your laptop and then maybe possibly your SD cards or another hard drive as a backup? Or are you doing something like a RAID system? And also I know there's a bunch of other things like the LaCie one as well as a Western Digital one. Let me know in the comments section down below what you guys are using for your backup solution, or if you are using one, and I'll pick a random comment winner from those next week, and whoever I pick will of course get the Gnarbox version 1 as a little giveaway. As always guys, if you guys got some value from my video, a big thumbs up would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you guys haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos. This is Alder Anastasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.